Hi everyone. Today I'm here to review this movie called DC. It is a Tamil movie and DC translates to Das and Chandra. This movie significantly worked for three people. One is the editor and cinematographer. They have had the liberty to create something artistic and they have tried different methods or different way of filming this and also giving edits, and the way it even started was actually beautiful. The intro scene or the intro cards where you get into the story, the establishment part, it was really nice. And the second would be for Anirudh has had the freedom to experiment differently in this movie, and he has taken the liberty where he experiments with a lot of genres of music brought into the script. But I don't know if that is something that worked while along seeing it with the movie. I'm not sure about that, but the fact is that as something, if you see it as a standalone product, then it has definitely worked because he had the ability or the vision to experiment with certain different aspects of music and bringing that and fusioning them with this movie did really come out well. But if you see it with the movie, I'm not sure if it worked out very well for the visuals that you saw and for the music, because I somehow felt it was off the balance. And the third one would be Chunilal. The character uh, had got a good impact through this movie, and for the role he has played, and it did leave some impact with you as a character that you'll remember out of the movie. Speaking of the star cast, which is Lokesh Kanagaraj and Vamika Gavi, I somehow felt with Lokesh Kanagaraj, the people who hyped this movie saw the movie and enjoyed the movie for Lokesh Kanagaraj as a director rather than him being an actor. And to be honest, I somehow felt that there is a lot of practice or improvements that he has to do to his acting, and him doing this movie as his debut movie, and you can easily feel it through his presence in the screen that there is no a set of body language or acting that comes out through his facial expressions. And most of the scenes, if you see, a lot of things where he had to emote a particular emotion felt bland, and he couldn't emote it through his acting. And that is it can be considered a critical or a harsh critic, but the truth has to be told. And this is what I felt, and this is my personal opinion. Others might have not felt the same way. And when the next thing would be Vamika Gabi, I somehow felt there was no feminine body language or acting that came out through her acting. I felt like even with other actors who have had the previous experience in acting other movies, um, didn't come out very well. It all felt like that everyone is a newbie here, and that is what I felt watching the movie. There is one particular thing that actually gave me that feeling that okay, yeah, this kind of makes sense, is the way it started. The portion where they show the father of Lokesh Kanagraj and other other actor or a person, where their conversations are, and that is there in the starting and as well in the climax as well. That is the only portion that somehow felt connected in the movie. Otherwise, the story had a lot of gaps, or even to be honest, it missed the story, I would say. And recently after seeing a lot of movies, I felt like more than movies being crooked, I feel the audience also have started becoming crooked, I feel. Because see, previously when we all used to watch movies, we all would want to fight for the right thing, right? And that's how movies were about. And even though here the movie talks about doing things or questioning the right things, the way it was questioned was not something that is in the right way. And I somehow feel this is being normalized, and that is not something that is supposed to happen, and we as audience have the voice to question this. But that being said, this is a fictional story, right? But if this is what is going to be told out or continued to be told out, then I don't think so, because significant actors, important actors, or large scale actors playing such roles, and the way they ask, or the question, or the question they create in the mind of people through their actions, is something that has to be challenged, and in the way cinema takes it forward, because times have changed now, and the way people think or behave has also changed. So that is some adaptation that is missing in the cinema, not just this movie, with all other movies as well, right? And there is another significant thing which I felt was not creating a balance in the movie, which was, this movie is written in a timeline which is like 15 years or 18 years back, I guess, because the way the mobile phones they've shown, or the environment they have shown, is from that time era. But if you see the behavior of the characters, or things they speak, or the surroundings in certain aspects feel so current in this generation, like it is very relatable to this current generation. But I am wondering, how can the storyline be of a different period, but the art or the cinematic visuals that you see, like the environment, basically the set or a cafe or something, is very relatable, or the dialogue spoken by the characters in the movie. For example, a heroine says a toxic relationship. A toxic relationship is something very relatable in this current generation and the timeline. These were not words that were used in the decades which were like previously there, right? So that is something that felt off the balance to me. And if not for music, if not for music as a filler in this movie wouldn't have had created that kind of enthusiasm. And most of the scenes, if you see, is filled with a lot of music, and I really didn't understand why this has to be filled that way. But if not for the music, then it would have felt even more blank. And and I also feel that the main actor, Lokesh Kanagaraj's debut movie being this one, and for him to fill the screen presence, I see the director or the movie team has constantly showed him trying to fill up every scene by lighting a cigarette. And I seriously don't understand why did they have to show that behavior or a mannerism so many times. I felt it was a filler, right? And these are the things that I have felt. And if you ask me if this movie is watchable, yeah, definitely you can watch it. But if you go expect it to tell you a story or give you a moral, then I don't think so the movie does that for you. If you're someone who loves Lokesh Kanagaraj's movie, then you can go watch it for his debut in this movie. And that is pretty much about this movie. And the visuals were actually good, to be very honest. Like I mentioned in the starting, the cinematography was really good, the editing landscape also was really good. What they've experimented and they've brought out, it was different angles and POVs which we would have never experienced movies previously, and that has come out really well. But otherwise, if you ask me, as a story, does this film convince you? No, it doesn't. And this is my personal opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much about this movie. And I really felt this movie failed to create the impact which it was hyped for. And dialogue writing definitely needed improvement. Even humor scenes, or where the intent was to create a humor, right, it didn't work out well, and it didn't create, or it didn't land. And that as an audience would make you feel bland, right? Like when it didn't feel connecting, to be honest. That is my honest opinion. The movie didn't feel connecting to me. and that is my honest opinion. And go do watch it in theaters for the musical experience and also for the visual experience. I definitely recommend this movie. But if you want to watch it for the cast, then I have serious questions about what the actors have failed to do. Thank you. Signing off with this review, and see you in the next one.